Howdy folks, how's it diddling? Today, like in the title says, we're going to be changing a drive shaft on the old Peugeot. So, a couple of weeks ago, went to Retro Rides Gathering at Mallory Park. I've done some videos on that, if you want to look at them. It was a really good outing. Driving there and back, I noticed the old Peugeot, the old drive shaft was a bit clicky. So, I'm going to change it out for a brand new one. So, here in the box, brand new Shaft Tech drive shaft. There we go. So that's what we're going to be replacing. Oh, it even comes with a new nut. Very nice. So yeah, so we're going to change that. And the weather's slightly against me. It's slightly spitting.
It's spitting! It's spitting! It's spitting!
So hopefully it won't take too long. Yeah, so I best get to it. So I'll bring the camera in a bit closer so you can see the debacle I've got to deal with. Right, crack on. Right, before you jack the vehicle up, it's always a good idea to undo the wheel bolts. I've already pre-undone them, and I've also put an axle stand underneath because you know, safety. This Peugeot might only weigh 900 kilos, but I really don't want it to land on my face. So undo the wheel bolts. I'm being extra careful because I had these wheels refurbished not so long ago. There we go. There we go. Oh yes, very nice. And also as a precaution, slide the wheel under there, even though I've got an axle stand. It just stops things from happening really bad. So you can see the axle stand under there. Now you're probably wondering, Dave, how do you get the hub nut off? Well, I'll show you a very simple technique. It's very simple. You get some wheel bolts and you jam them back in like so. There we go. Now, I've got to figure this one out. Doing that way, yeah, okay. So, we're going to use the ground as a means to undo it. So, for this bar here, forces onto the ground to be able to undo the nut. I've got to find the nut now. I can't remember what size it is. Nope. Ah, it's a 30mm. It's 30mm nut. So, get your bar, put it on like so, and then
Oh, tight, yeah!
ooh, very carefully.
Right.
There's one nut. So that's that done. So let me move the camera a bit further around this way so I can see what you have a mooch of what else you've got to undo whilst doing this. But yeah, I've seen people put screwdrivers in here against the brake caliper. This way is a lot safer. Right, your next job is under there. There is a pinch bolt. Let me quickly take you in. There's a bolt there. Not sure if you can see it. So you have to undo that. So 17mm spanner on this side and it's basically a pinch bolt that holds on the back of the ball joint. It's a Peugeot design, and then you need a 16mm. So then you find out where it is. Now, I've had this apart once, and that was mainly because the inner CV boot had split and I needed to replace it for the MOT, which is all fine and dandy. Oh, not quite. Which is all fine and dandy. But unfortunately, it's the outer CV joint that's gone. So there we go. There's the nut. Put it in a safe place. And then you need a cutter hammer. Very carefully. Give it some love. And you might be able to back it out. Failing that, a screwdriver, if I've got one here. Probably haven't because I'm stunned.
A few moments later.
Or a pokey thing. Very technical terms. And just poke the bolt out. So there we go. And it's always good practice to put that on there so you don't lose it. Just don't lose the whole bolt. Put it somewhere safe. Now the next job, which is not very pleasant, is now to pop the arm, the bottom ball joint down here, off the bottom of the hub. So, might not film this bit because it's a pain in the bum, but join me in a sec when I've done that. Alright? Right, as you can tell, I'm rather out of breath, but it is free. Now whilst you're here, just feel the play in that. That feels alright. So the next step is to knock the end of the drive shaft, or to take the end of the drive shaft out of the hub, like so. Now, you need a container to hopefully grab all the oil that's about to splooge out. Let's get you in a better position. So there we go. Got this little... Oh well, we got most of it. And then pull your drive shaft out. And there we go. One drive shaft out. And one tub of oil kind of saved. But I'm going to put brand new gearbox oil in. It's only about £8 for a litre. And it's about a litre that comes out. So, but, yeah, right. Next step is to put the old drive shaft next to the new one. Right, so there's the old drive shaft and the new one. So just put them side by side and just check things over. They all look fairly good. This is a bit beefier, but that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that's all good. Right, let's clean up the end of the gearbox where it goes in, and then ram that one home. Right, time to put the new drive shaft in. Right there. Hopefully you can still see, folks. Oh, it's in. Nice. So that went in nice and easy. Just give it a quick... Yeah, that's engaged. Next step. put that into there. So let's just quickly do that now. Ugh. Oh, this would be so much easier if I had a unit. Come on. This one's going to be a bit of a big. That doesn't seem happy there. The joys of working on old cars. It's being a pain. Wait a minute, folks. It's struggling. Back with you in a second. Right, folks. That is in. That was a pain. So there we go. Now, it isn't torqued down to spec, but it's in. It was just being a bit tight, and there was a bit of gunk in there as well. So, but a bit of a clean out and some use of some copper grease just helped it slide it in. I did have to give it a little bit of encouragement from the back, using my mallet, just very carefully tapping on the CV boot. Obviously, if you hit it too hard, it will split it. But we got away with it, so that's in. So the next step is to put the wheel bolts back in, torque this up. Now, I haven't got a torque wrench with me, but we'll do it to about just before I absolutely bust the gut. Plus, also, I need to put the bottom ball joint on. So we'll do that next now. Thankfully, it stopped raining, which is all good. Let's move you inside here. So I need to get this bit down and this over. So watch me fail miserably at this. Oh crap. Oh no, too far. Come on. Right, it's kind of in there, if you can see, and then give it a bit of a shove and it plops in. Now, get your bolt, and in theory, it'll have to scooch down a bit. It's right on there. There we go. Just send that home. Careful with the CV boot. So, on the ball joint, there's a notch where this sits. And if you don't get it in the notch, it won't go in. So, get your 17 and your 16. Get your nut. 17 on there. Your 16. So we'll just do it to tight to the point where it's not going to strip the threads out. Yep, that feels good. Ideally, you should replace that, but I haven't got one. Right, now is the time to do the hub nut. See what I did there? Hub nut. So let's move you around. Fantastic. Now, like I say, it needs to be of a certain tolerance, but we're just going to go with just going to by feel. Yeah, that's all good. Now, the last thing to do on these wheel nuts is you need to stake it. So, in my bag of tricks here somewhere that you can hear me rummaging about in, should be a chisel. Mr. Chisel, where are you? I can't find my chisel, so we'll use a smaller pry bar. Not really what these were designed for, but you know, be much better. And then you want to essentially knock that into there. There is one the other side, so we might as well do that one as well. So this just stops the bolt from backing off. These are the pre-nylock ones. Newer ones have like a nylock thread. This older fashion is just a knock-in. So here we go. Give it a couple of hits. One more for luck. And there we go. So you can see that that bolt is now pinched either side. So in theory, when this is driving, it won't back off. Oh, look at the state of my hands. So that's everything tight now. So bottom ball joint's done. We know that's tight. Now, before you put the wheel on, you must remember gearbox oil. Right, so drain plug. Now, this is a BE3 gearbox designation. They did a BE1, a BE2 and a BE3. Not sure of the differences. So you have this cover on the side of the gearbox. You have a 19mm nut. So all you're going to do is just remove that. Brilliant. And it's got a little copper wash on it. You should replace that copper washer every time. Again, I haven't got one. But to be fair, they shouldn't be too tight. And then you're going to need some of this. So this is what it takes, $75.90. And it comes with a handy spout. And it's now starting to rain again. I'm getting absolutely soaked. Ugh. So I just tend to put a little dish underneath to catch any excess. So luckily they sell these in 1 litre, and it's about a litre that came out. Oh, that looks different to the other one that I had. Oh, bugger. Oh, sod it. Ah, right. I'm going to have to find my old container. Right. After a bit of an issue, the nozzle size is too big to get in the hole initially, so I've had to cut it down. I did try and use a little, what is it? Yeah, a little funnel, but it just wasn't as good. I think it's still going in. I think so anyway. Oh, the struggle is real. Oh, bitch. Yeah, just get in the friggin' hole. I tell you what, folks, it is just pure struggling at the moment. My leg's gone dead. It's gone to sleep. Oh, crush down, you sack of... Shut enough. Oh, you know what I'm going to call it. So, chuck the bung in. Now you want to fill it so it starts to pour out, and you know you've got enough in. I know that there isn't enough in there, but frankly, at the moment, something is better than nothing. There we go. And they don't have to be super tight, just enough to be able to... Oh, we got most of it in there. I'll probably end up buying another one just to check. But for the time being, that is it, folks. Right, that's it for now. I'm going to chuck the wheel on, but as you can see, I now resemble a drowned rat. It is just... yeah, all the wetness. Guess this is the joys of working outside in the summer. Yeah, fantastic. This global climate change is just kicking our asses. I'm just absolutely sweating buckets here, you know, in this blistering sunshine. So anyway, I'm going to leave the video there for now. The next video that will be going up will be at Radwood, like I said at the start of the video, when it was less wet. Going to Radwood on Saturday. So join us for then. I'll be taking the Peugeot and having a good mooching about, and just generally having a good time. And hopefully the weather's much nicer than it is today. So until then, folks, like, subscribe, all that jazz. You know, it helps the channel in the algorithms and all that doodah. And see you on the next one. Tidy bar.